Hello students, welcome back. Class 7, Chapter 14, Wind, Storms and Cyclones. In this chapter, student, we will discuss about wind, characteristics of winds, for example, speed of winds and direction of winds and formation of cyclones, thunderstorms and tornadoes. Let's start chapter 14. All these interesting topics we will discuss in this chapter. Wind, storms and cyclones. The moving air is called wind. Wind is caused by uneven heating of the earth's surface by the heat of the sun. Dear student, winds का main cause क्या है? Due to the uneven heating of the earth's surface by the heat of sun. This is due to the earth's tilt and spherical shape. अर्थ की टिल्टेड शेप होने की वजह से और स्फेरिकल शेप होने की वजह से जो अर्थ के डिफरेंट रीजन्स होते हैं दे रिसीव डिफरेंट अमाउंट ऑफ द हीट. फॉर एग्जाम्पल, इक्वेटर ऑफ द अर्थ रिसीव लार्ज अमाउंट ऑफ द हीट बट द पोलर रीजन ऑफ द अर्थ रिसीव वेरी लेस अमाउंट ऑफ द हीट, सो दैट there is a difference in the amount of heat received by the different region of earth. How wind is caused? Air near the equator gets warmer than the air in the polar region. The hot air begins lighter than the cold air, expands and rises up. The cool air moves from nearby region to occupy the vacant space. जैसे कि डायग्राम में डियर स्टूडेंट आपको दिख रहा है कि एयर जब हॉट होती है तो ये लाइटर हो जाती है एंड इट विल राइजेस अप, and cool air will move to take or occupy the vacant space near the region of hot air. Hence, an air current set up and air begins to move from one place to another place. Thus, wind is caused due to the temperature differences between different regions. Summer monsoon and winter monsoon winds. During the summer monsoon in northern hemisphere, the land becomes very hot as compared to the ocean. The hot air above the land rises up and moist air above the ocean begins to blow towards the land. जैसे कि डियर स्टूडेंट आपको दिख रहा है एरोस की हेल्प से समर मानसून वाले डायग्राम में देखिए जो हॉट एयर है वो लैंड से राइजेस हो रही है. This moist and cooler rain-bearing winds move from the Arabian Sea to the Bay of Bengal, give rise to air current and bring heavy rainfall in almost all parts of India. These winds are called summer monsoon winds. During winter season, dry and cool winds blow from colder northern west region of the land to the ocean. As we can see in the diagram, these winds causes rain in coastal Tamil Nadu, whereas the rest of country receive limited rain. These winds are called the winter monsoon winds. Air pressure. The earth is surrounded by the blanket of air is called atmosphere, and the atmosphere expanded up to nearly 300 km above the earth's surface. The pressure exerted by air is called air pressure. Factors affecting air pressure: altitude, temperature and water vapors. All these factors affect air pressure. Altitude. The air pressure decreases as we move upward from the surface of the earth. जैसे जैसे हम अर्थ के सरफेस से अबव मूव करते हैं एयर प्रेशर डिक्रीज होता है. वाई स्टूडेंट? बिकॉज द नंबर ऑफ एयर molecules get reduced at higher altitude, which in turn reduce the atmospheric pressure. Temperature. टेम्परेचर पे कैसे डिपेंड करता है एयर प्रेशर? When the temperature increases, air expand and air pressure decreases. जब टेम्परेचर बढ़ता है तो एयर एक्सपेंड होती है, इसके पार्टिकल्स दूर दूर फैल जाते हैं और एटमॉस्फेरिक प्रेशर होता है जो वो डिक्रीज हो जाता है. वाटर वेपर्स. When the humidity is high, the air pressure is less. This is because moist air is less dense than the dry air, due to which it exerts less pressure than dry air. Moving air and lift. Moving air reduces air pressure. When air blows over or below an object, air pressure gets reduced on that area. As a result, pressure differences get created between two opposite sides of the object. This pressure differences between different surfaces provide a lift and move the object. Dear student, जब प्रेशर का डिफरेंस होता है एयर प्रेशर का, तो उसकी वजह से ऑब्जेक्ट लिफ्ट कर जाता है. दिस इज मूविंग एयर एंड लिफ्ट. Characteristics of wind. Wind has two characteristics: wind speed and wind direction. Wind speed is measured by an instrument called anemometer, and wind direction, it can be measured by an instrument called weather vane. Let's see the working of anemometer and weather vane. This is anemometer. This device is used to measure the wind speed. It consists of 3 or 4 cups, as you can see in the diagram, mounted on a rod that can rotate freely on its axis. The greater speed of wind, the faster the cup rotate on the rod. जितनी ज़्यादा विंड की स्पीड होगी उतनी स्पीड से उतनी फास्ट ये कप रोटेट करेंगे. A scale placed at the bottom of the anemometer record the wind speed in desired unit of measurement. नीचे एक मीटर लगा है जिसमें हम विंड की स्पीड मेज़र कर सकते हैं. दैट इज द वर्किंग ऑफ एनेमोमीटर. वेदर वेन. Dear student, this is a device which is used to find the direction of wind. This device consists of arrow-shaped vane is mounted at its center to move freely about its vertical axis. When the wind is sufficiently strong, the arrow aligns itself such that its tip pointed towards the direction of winds. 4 directions like north, south, east and west are marked on the wind vane. For obtaining the accurate direction, the wind vane is mounted high above the ground so that it is free from the obstacles such as tall trees and high buildings, and we can easily measure the wind direction accurately. Rest of the topic, student, we will discuss in part 2. Have a nice day.